Hi there, Doc Bateman here. This is the lesson that many of you have been asking me to do. If you struggle with fractions, this lesson is pure gold. I will teach you the right way to calculate with fractions, and you'll find out why the words common denominator are forbidden in my house. You'll soon see why. Don't miss this lesson. And if you get value from my videos, please like and subscribe them below. Then you'll get a notification whenever I publish a new video. And if you have a friend that might benefit from this content, please share it with them. Leave me questions in the comments below. Let's get started. Let's talk about adding and subtracting fractions. You've probably been taught to add fractions, you first have to find a common denominator. I am here to tell you that is absolutely not true, and that is the absolute wrong way to do this. I'm going to show you the right way, which is so much easier, you'll wonder why you were never shown this before. If I want to add a over c plus b over d, what do? The answer is I cross multiply. So here we go. A over c plus b over d. Cross multiply. So what I have is a times d, put my plus sign in here, b times c over, now multiply the two denominators, c times d. And that's it. Cross multiply a times d plus b times c, all over the two denominators multiplied together. That's how you add fractions. Once that's done, then you reduce if you need to. So let me show you an example with numbers. 1/5 plus 2/3 equals, I'm going to cross multiply 1 times 3, then I put my plus sign, 2 times 5 over the multiplied denominators, 3 times 5. This equals 3 plus 10 over 15, which is 13/15, and that's the answer. No common denominator, no thinking, worrying, wondering how to figure out a common denominator. Just do it this way and you're done immediately. Here's another example. 1/6 plus 3/4. I cross multiply 1 times 4, put my plus sign in here, 3 times 6, all over 4 times 6 equals 4 plus 18 over 24. That is 22 over 24. I can reduce 11 over 12, and that's the answer. Okay, another example. 3/8 plus 2/3. Cross multiply 3 times 3 plus 2 times 8, all over 8 times 3. I get 9 plus 16 over 24, which is equal to 25 over 24. Done. And one more. 2/7 plus 1/2. Again, cross multiply. Now I have 4 plus 7 over 14, which equals 11 over 14. Done. What about subtraction? Subtraction works exactly the same way, except you put in the minus sign. Here we go. A over D minus C over B. Cross multiply a times b, now you put in a minus sign, c times d over the multiplied denominators, and that's the answer. Let's look at an example. 3/4 minus 1/8 equals, cross multiply, put in the minus sign, over 4 times 8. So what I have is 24 minus 4 over 32. So this equals 20 over 32, which I can reduce to 10 over 16. I can also reduce that again to 5 over 8, and I'm done. Let's do another one. 5/6 minus 1/3 equals, cross multiply, 5 times 3, put in the minus sign, 1 times 6 over 6 times 3. This is 15 minus 6 over 18 equals, 15 minus 6 is 9 over 18, which reduces to 1/2. Done. All right, here's another example. 9 over 16 minus 1/2. Cross multiply, 9 times 2, put in the minus sign, 1 times 16 over 16 times 2 equals 18 minus 16 over 32, which equals 2 over 32, or 1 over 16. Done. Let's do one more. 3/4 minus 1/6 equals, cross multiply, 3 times 6, put in the minus sign, 1 times 4 over 4 times 6. Now work it out. 18 minus 4 over 24 equals 14 over 24, which reduces to 7 over 12, and that's the answer. Now let's talk about how to multiply and divide fractions. If you multiply fractions, you simply multiply top times top divided by bottom times bottom. So that means A over D times B over C simply equals A times B over C times D. So let's do it with numbers. Another way to think of this is that the times symbol means of. Say we want to calculate 1/2 of 3/4. That means the equation we write down is 1/2 times 3/4. So just as we saw, 1/2 times 3/4 equals 1 times 3 over 2 times 4, which is 3 over 8. Here's another example. 2 over 3 times 5 over 6 equals 2 times 5 over 3 times 6, which equals 10 over 18, which equals 5 over 9. Here's another example. 7 over 16 times 3 over 4 equals 7 times 3 over 16 times 4, which equals 21 over 64. Done. To divide fractions, you simply invert and multiply. What does that mean? To take A divided by A over C and divide that by D over B, we invert and multiply. So you leave the first one alone, put in your multiply sign, now invert the second one, so it becomes B over D. And so now we know what to do with that. It's simply A times B over C times D. Let's do one with numbers. 1/3 divided by 1/2. We invert and multiply, so it's 1/3 times 2 over 1, which is 2 times 1 over 3 times 1, which is 2/3. Let's do another example. 3/4 divided by 1/6 equals, write your first fraction again, 3/4, multiply, and now we invert, 6 over 1 equals 3 times 6 over 4 times 1 equals 18 over 4, which equals 9 over 2. And of course we can reduce or rewrite these improper fractions as mixed numbers. So 2 goes into 9 4 times with 1 left over. One more example. 7 over 16 divided by 2/3. Write your first fraction down again, multiply, now invert the second one. 7 times 3 over 16 times 2 is 21 over 32. In summary, you need to get comfortable with these concepts. You need to be able to do them without thinking about them, and it will speed up your algebra work, which is very important in physics. Think of the equal sign as the balance point of the equation, like a seesaw. Added or subtracted terms, when they cross the equal sign, they change sign. And multiplied terms, top goes to bottom and bottom goes to top. Again, you need to get to where you can do these without thinking about them. So now you know my technique for adding and multiplying fractions. I hope this has helped you learn a much easier way to do this and removed the fear. When adding or subtracting, cross multiply. When multiplying, top times top over bottom times bottom. When dividing, invert the second fraction and then just multiply. If you get value from my videos, please like and subscribe below. Then you get a notification whenever I publish a new video. Leave me questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.